We have some more breaking news coming in. The MHA has sought a report from the Delhi cops. Anti-terror agency is at the spot. Forensic teams test the white powder that was found at the spot. NSG commandos are investigating the matter. I'm going to go back to my colleague Shreya Chatterjee for more on this. Shreya, we're learning that the MHA sought a report from the Delhi police on the entire matter. Give us more details.
Well, yes, the Home Ministry has actually asked the Delhi police to take the round-the-clock investigation report on what transpired, what is the reason behind the blast, the nature, the intensity, and also the reports that they will submit after looking into the CCTV. So within a period of today, they will be submitting an initial report on what they have found preliminary so far as the investigation is concerned. Today, after the report of the blast came out in public domain, the MHA officially has sought a report from the Delhi police on the same.
Right, we're also learning that, social media posts are being scanned to find out more information on who was behind the blast. Do you have any behind the blast? Do you have any information on that?
Well, yes, Chetna, the reason that is being done because we're looking at a timeline where multiple hoax calls were made for airlines suggesting bomb blasts. There were multiple hoax calls that happened before in Delhi as well, targeting schools particularly. Whether there have been any links to today's incident with these incidents is why social media is being heavily looked at. Apart from that, if there's any chatter that also can be picked up about this bomb blast directly linking to the suspects is why social media investigation is parallelly being started by the IFSO unit.
We're getting some more breaking news on the issue. We have some big revelations on the nature of the Delhi blast. Sources tell us that the initial investigation points at a directional blast. The explosive was planted in a manner that its reflective pressure causes shockwave. In such cases, the solid or liquid explosive material is converted to very hot, dense, high-pressure gas. The explosion products initially expand at very high velocities in the surrounding air, causing a shockwave. A shockwave consists of highly compressed air traveling radially outward from the source at supersonic velocities. This is the reason glasses from the adjoining buildings and cars were also shattered. Right, Shreya, we're getting the latest update on the Delhi blast, that it was a directional blast and a shock wave happened which caused the glasses of the cars and the adjacent shops being affected. Can you give us more details on the same?
Well, yes, I'll just try and explain on what really happened over here. For example, if an explosive was used, it contained a solid or a liquid explosive. Now, this has actually been used to convert that into a high velocity air pressure, and that subsequently has sent shock waves near the area. That is the reason we have seen the kind of intensity that has been visible on the ground from the glasses of the counters being broken, from the glasses of the cars of the adjoining areas being broken. The reason of that is that when an explosive is planted in a particular way to ensure that its reflective pressure is actually, on a particular direction, that is when they particularly ensure that the solid and the liquid substances used to make such explosives, when converted into a high velocity gas, can send a shock wave that could be felt even 10 feet from the source point. So this is something that has been picked from the initial investigation. Forensic and investigation on the exhibits and other substances will verify will only further corroborate on what really transpired, but these are preliminary investigation reports that we are bringing in source-based from the various agencies who are working on the ground.
Absolutely. It remains to be seen what exactly was the source and who was behind the blast, but it's concerning given the fact that it's happening right before the festive season, such a blast.
Well, that's one of the primary things that the Delhi police will now have a very difficult challenge it had to piece together. Now, CCTV footage will be heavily relied on to ensure that whether any person can be seen near the area planting the kind of explosive that has caused in the blast. This is the reason why once the DVRs and all these data is dumped, Delhi police will start scrutinizing and then subsequently round it off. Apart from that, social media will still continue to be a key point to ensure that if they pick up any chatter, it will help them trace down to the suspect. But as of now, the initial investigation has begun, but challenge lies at hand to catch the suspect, because clearly the motive initially looks like that they knew that this area did not have that much of a crowd presence when the blast was triggered. Whether this was detonated from outside or it was a self-triggered bomb, all these things will become very important for the Delhi police to actually catch hold of those who were behind planting this explosive in Rohini's Prashant Vihar.
You know, the preliminary investigation shows that this, the kind of explosive that was used, maybe a group of people could be behind it.
Well, absolutely. There could be one, there could be more than one, there could be a group of people involved. That also the Delhi police suggests that the initial idea is to scare off. That's the reason the trigger of the bomb was also done early morning when this place did not have any crowd. There were hardly anyone around this area. So that's how the Delhi police would also, be able to ascertain those behind it. And as I was saying, that why did they choose this place, the locality, whether these people were wrecking the spot before, because in all likelihood, whenever an explosive is planted, suspects recce the place well before, well in time to ensure, ensure because they have, when they choose the spot. So CCTV, not just from today, day before, will be examined. CCTV from at least a month or two will also be examined by the Delhi police to see who and who not recceed this place, particularly because that will help Delhi police to zero in on the suspects behind this blast in Prashant Vihar.
Absolutely. Thanks, Shreya, for bringing us all those details.